Hey guys, welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. This is the open beta. This is some more gameplay from the open beta, and I wanted to bring you another video to show you what I was talking about in yesterday's video. Now, I have two videos that I put out. I would definitely recommend you checking them out because they've got a lot of cool information, a lot of cool gameplay in it, and if you guys don't know anything about the game, I definitely would recommend checking those out because it gives you a nice overview of a couple different things about the game. The first one is more of an overview, the second one's about the characters, and in this one I wanted to specifically highlight Rose, as well as talk about the roles of the characters on the battlefield, because I mentioned how OP Rose can be when you play it right, but I hadn't got any good footage of her yet, and so I really wanted to play a match and see if I can get some good footage, and oh my gosh did I. This match is absolutely ridiculous, and I'm excited for you guys to see what I did with Rose in this game, because I had some really awesome streaks, and I got a ton of kills, and so basically, in terms of like kind of the overview, quick wrap up. So Garden Warfare 2 is currently in open beta for a couple days. It's a lot of fun. I've been having a great time with it, and when I'm not playing it, I've been watching people's streams because it's like a withdrawal, you know, because it is so fun. And it might, you know, some people at first are like, why are you playing this game? It looks kind of kiddish or whatever, but just because it looks a certain way doesn't mean that it plays that way. This game is very brutal, intense, great action, like it's straight to like the action. I mean, there's not a dull moment, which is great. So in terms of like a quick wrap up of the overview, what Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 has to offer are, you know, it's this new backyard battleground thing, which is very interesting, and I'm very excited to see when it's fully released what that has to offer, because I don't think we've seen everything that has to offer or experienced really like a fraction of what I think you can do with it, and so I'm really excited to see what more they do with that. But then also there are new multiplayer modes, and there are also new characters and character customizations. There's a bunch of new things in the game, and I'm really excited to hopefully showcase all of that, and I think you guys are liking the content so far, and so I want to keep putting it out for you even after the beta is over. So there might be a little bit of a break between videos. I have some extra footage too. I don't know what I'll do with it yet, but we'll see what happens. But this video specifically is me highlighting Rose, and I want to talk about the roles, like I said. So the cool thing with the different character classes in this game now, and the first one has it too, but this one even more so, is that there are more roles on the battlefield. One of the cool things that I've experienced so far in this game is that you can have drastically different matches based on the characters that you find. Some people will play you know, one class, and that's all they'll do. And some matches you'll get in, you'll see nothing but the superheroes, the guy I'm shooting at right now. Sometimes you'll see nothing but the little imps, or, you know, one team will be stacked with a ton of roses or citrons. And you can have very, like, one-sided matches in terms of characters. But when you have a match that has a bunch of different variations in the character roles, or people are switching things throughout, you can really have some great gameplay. Now, in conjunction with the different characters on the battlefield, you have somebody like Rose, who has these insanely awesome abilities, and if played right, could absolutely destroy the enemy team almost single-handedly, and there are some characters that are like that. So what Rose has, essentially, are these mage abilities. She's a powerful sorceress, and her primary weapon are magic thistles, and these magic thistles are like heat-seeking thorns that seek out targets to attach them to and then explode. And so what you wind up seeing is just a ton of damage at one time on one character, and it will just build up, and then they'll eventually die. And so you get kills really easily, and you can kind of spam it from a ways away. Now the other cool thing, one of the other cool things that it has is Time Snare, which I try to use a lot, because what Time Snare does is it conjures this big ball that slows down time and like binds those who are caught in it, and so you can just throw it down and then just shoot your thistles at them and destroy them very, very easily. And then the other thing that it has that I haven't really found useful that much is Arcane Enigma, because it doesn't seem to last very long, especially when you kind of activate the abilities. It goes by really, really quickly, but you can deal a lot of damage in a short amount of time, and I think it's meant to be used in a big group situation. But the problem with that is that she is very easy to kill. And so if you get into a situation where she is like in a big group and you don't kill them, you can get stuck and die very easily. The other thing that's really fun is Goatify, which allows you to turn people into ghosts. And at first I thought it was only a single use thing, but you can actually hit multiple people. But like Goatify, like the mechs are immune to Goatify from what I can see. And so like things like that is very interesting, because I think in the first one, and I also think in the second one, you could bring out like the chopper out of the ground using like the engineer class. And so I wonder if there's something very similar for the mechs, but the mechs are like second characters, and so I don't know exactly if that's the case, but you can do a ton of damage from distance. Now another thing that I've been realizing is that some characters are actually immune to some attacks, and you're not like winding up doing any damage. And even though you might think you are, you really have to kind of pay attention to what pops up on the screen, because you'll have instances where like you see a bunch of numbers, and it's really hard to tell like what's happening. So while talking about that, on the screen things can get very, very chaotic at times. Like, it's so chaotic. And I was actually in one of Rival Extractor streams the other day talking about this problem, because it can be a problem. Sometimes you have no idea what's even going on. You can just tell that somebody's there, you're hitting them, you don't know who you're hitting, what you're shooting at half the time, but you're hitting something. And so that can kind of be an issue. Now, I think I hang out right here for a while because people just keep dropping off. So what that is actually good and bad, because for some characters it's a little confusing and it can be kind of distorting, but for other characters like the superhero, you can really take advantage of that. And so this is where the different roles come into play, but then also not only that, but like the different situations on the battlefield come into play. So like Rose is more of like a kind of stand back and snipe kite kind of individual who can deal a lot of damage from afar and can even lay down her time snare from afar and go to fight from afar. She can do a lot of things from afar. But then like, so let's say that you have on a cap just tons and tons of people sitting there. You can't really tell what's going on, but you're in a superhero. You know that there are enemies in there where you can run into the midst of it, and since he's kind of tanky, you can run into the midst, throw down your twister, and deal a ton of damage and get a lot of kills ridiculously easily. And so the different roles really come into play, and it's really cool to see how people play the different classes and what they do with the class. I thought that was cool. I turned around and time warped that thing because I got pulled into one of those. What I don't know what that move is. It pulls you in and kind of slows you down, just like the time snare does. And so it was kind of cool to turn it around on him. But anyway, so it's really, really exciting to see how people play different roles. And like some people are just great with certain characters. Like I really like Rose after playing her a lot. But like it sucked for some of the melee classes. And so I think a lot of this has to do with the controller, because I'm not very good with the controller still, and I'm still getting used to it. But once, you know, PC is going to be a totally different story, especially with like input lag and being able to control shots better. And because I'm just thinking like about Rose and like just sitting back in some situations and firing and kind of missing because I'm not actually aiming at them as well. Like how different that could be, or you know, just the overall control of your character could be completely different. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the difference is going to be like, and just how that's all going to play out. Now, another reason why I wanted to show this gameplay is because of this end right here. This is such a cool mini game. Essentially, it's called Spaceball, and I guess I was like listening to X Factor talk, and like when they went to the event for this, they were just, a lot of them were talking about how they wish they could just play this mode, like this was an actual mode, because it's so much fun. So you have like 2 capture points, like 2 holes that you push these balls into, and you have to score X amount of points within. Whoever has the most points at the end of the time wins the match. And so you can absolutely wreck this entire time and then get to this point, and if you don't score, they defend, then you lose. And so you really have to try to score and try to do what you can. So like this mini game is so unique in and of itself that it could be its own type of match, type of mode, and I think it could be something that could be done very easily and would definitely add to the gameplay. But the cool thing is that some of these maps, like I just played the Frost map for like the first time, and I barely got to play it the other day. And so you have all these different modes, and if you let them go long enough, what other mini games are there out there? What do there's a bunch of different things that you could probably do. So maybe I've only played a fraction of what is actually in the game. And you have these multiplayer modes. You have the 24-player modes like Herbal Assault, which is new, and Gardens and Graveyards, and both of those are very interesting and unique in and of themselves. And then you have the classic modes, and then you have all these new maps. And so there's just so much that I don't know if I've even experienced yet in this game, and things that I'm looking forward to finding out even more so as when the game actually does release. And so lots and lots of things happening. It's very fun. This map, I mean, like, I wish I had a capture card because I really want to. I wanted to stream this on my PC, but alas, I cannot. And I've been playing like the first one and some other EA stuff. But like this game would be a great game to stream just because it's so entertaining. And like some of the guys and I were talking yesterday, like with like Battlefront, for example. After a while, you kind of can get a little irritated with things, and when you die a lot or you see your KD. But in this game, like, I have not found myself one time getting irritated or aggravated or really feeling like I feel like I can just play casually and have a lot of fun. But then at other times, like right now, I'm like, come on, we got to get these balls in, and so it's really intense trying to do what we could to stop them from capping and to push our own balls in. And the other cool thing about this mode is that as it progresses, more balls fall, and so you really have to like guard and protect a lot of different things at one time. And so it's just I think it's a great game, and I'm not being paid to say that or anything like that. I just really honestly think it's a fun, awesome game, and I think a lot of people will really enjoy it, especially if you like the first one. If you like the first one, you will like this even more so. It's way better than the first one in my opinion. The gameplay is way better, and it just feels so fun to play. So anyway, I'm sure that I sound like I'm like out of breath or I'm like yelling or whatever, but I'm just really excited about this game, and I think it's a lot of fun to play. And I really encourage you guys, if you like the first one, definitely check out the second one because it's way better in my opinion. But as you can see, we freaking wrecked them this entire match, and they defended at the end there, and so we weren't able to pull it out at the end. They beat us by 1 point when the time ran out. So you really have to play your absolute best the entire time. But this match was probably my best match that I've had because I absolutely wrecked with Rose. I went 44-19, and I think I even made it on the leaderboards as like a kill streak or something like that, and got a ton of coins as a result. And so Rose is definitely OP, very, very good, especially if you use her from afar. It's just insanely good. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Once again, let me know if you did enjoy it below in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite thing so far has been about Garden Warfare 2, especially if you've played it. And yeah, and like I said, hopefully you guys are enjoying the video. Things are going well for you. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I got all kinds of different content, and I think you guys would enjoy the rest of the content. And I get to even open a pack on screen, and I get the zoologist scientist. So yeah, I haven't even used them yet, so I'm really excited to check them out. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.